I'm gonna have to roll one of these dices here. See, 1, 2, so okay. If you missed the previous session, I'm not gonna force you to recap. It's kind of mean.
Thanks.
So 1, 2, 3, really be 4. Let's see who it is. That's a 1. That is Jackstill. Yeah.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
So, previously, we had discovered the train and gotten, like, forcefully kicked off. And at the start of last session, this guy, whose name I forget if he even had a name, like Overseer or whatever it was,
He only
had...
addressed himself as the caretaker. Never really gave him a name.
Yeah. He kind of butted his way in and was like, hey, I'll help you guys if, like, fix the train and I can get it going for you, basically. And he said that we were talking a whole lot, and then something happened with Dagny where, like, she started to get mad, and then they were like, well, we can't have that, and designated her as a nuisance threat or something like that to be either killed or just removed from the factory.
They tried to remove me. I fucked around and I found out.
Yeah, you flew around and got chased, and then got, like, nearly killed in that little center area with the statue. And then we followed, we got you, and then started to explore for the parts. We found half up north, and fought... no, we didn't fight it, we just kind of ran. It kind of just, like, ran and hid till we got to this room, where we fought like a big stone golem type shit, and he punched Jax in the face like really hard once, and did like half his health and damage.
Yep.
And then we killed it, and now we are here looking for the other pieces that we need to fix the train.
Not to mention Tin Pawn and Cobweb
Oh,
shared a
yes,
moment
that's
together
right.
in righteous combat, felling the modified stone golem here, as everyone has a moment to breathe a sigh of relief now that the immediate threat in the room has been laid to a crumbled pile of rocks. But before everyone can collect themselves to further assess the room that is now free of immediate danger, we will turn our attentions towards the whereabouts of someone who decided to stay behind and make preparations for the road out of here. Nadira, you had gone to work with your creation spell.
Cool. Great.
And the casting time for that, if I'm not mistaken, is 1 minute.
It's way more than that, I think. It might be. I've never used it before,
If
so
you
honestly,
choose
I could be
to-
fucking off.
It might be a ritual spell.
You could.
Let me look. Give me 1 second. I'll ping it. Pinging. It's been pinged. Oh, that does say 1 minute,
yeah,
but it says
a minute.
the duration. That's where I fucked up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
we
how
had
long
this
the-
conversation.
That's how long the
You're
material
my brain.
lasts.
Leave me alone.
And considering
I forgot
that coal is not a vegetable, but is not exactly a precious metal, we will consider this a stone. So it has a 12-hour duration.
Woo.
You get to work casting the spell, and the clings and clangs and tweaks that all of the Warforged workforce on the train is going at, beginning the preparations for repairs while they await the rest of your team. You create a big, hefty chunk of this coal. Now, you have a far more than just 1 minute of time, given everything that your companions are doing deeper in the manufactorum, so you have plenty of time to spare. However, this does need to be crushed up into a bunch of little usable bits, as is to be able to be put into the furnace, which you've seen, given half the little bag of coal that you already found. You're going to have to go to work crushing this to be more usable. How are you doing so?
What a great question. I didn't think that far 2 weeks ago. I guess I could do that, but it feels like such a waste to be doing that. Oh my god, what's the word I'm thinking of? Automatons, robot friends, scary guys. they just seem to be like minding their own business, right? No, there's no like hostility involved. Obviously, they're aware of me, but
they're not hostile towards you nor towards each other. And
okay.
with the 4 of them in the room working on this train, you can see that among the 4 of them, there's almost this silent communication, as though they are communicating with one another through their own heads. And what's interesting too is there's this eye contact they share when they do this. Very often,
Mic off.
falls towards the heart of the train, almost
Mic
as if the
on.
train itself is too participating in this unseen conversation, almost as if it's alive.
That's not at all terrifying to think of. That's really cool though. I guess I could do it this way. Can I? Is it stupid? Can I go into my... is it stupid? No, we're gonna do it. I want to go into my Earth Elemental form.
Okay.
And just see what happens with that by itself.
Let me see. Let me double check to make sure your Earth Elemental has been granted vision. No, it hasn't, so I'm going to enable that. There you go. So if I do this, you should still be able to see out of this token. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Everybody else is blind though.
All right, well,
Which is
let me
fine.
fix that.
Okay,
Shared
well, I
vision.
can see. Gonna back me up.
And
like
now all of you
5
can
feet.
see.
There we go.
And can I just... I feel like this is so stupid. Can I...
Break rock.
Bro, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Can I try to break the rock up? Where my
Yeah.
brain was going. I am a giant rock. Like, I could try to break the rock with the own rock.
Why don't you roll strength to see what you can do with your stony fists?
Okay, great.
So, this means nothing because you're smashing it up. But 5 cubic feet of coal weighs over 420 pounds.
That's a good thing I'm
Nice.
also a giant rock, so...
And you intend to smoke this in the furnace.
Oh, that was a save, not a check, but that's okay. Fine. My modifier's the same either way.
Oh, that's a 7.
That's
Yeah.
it's a terrible number.
You need to get the hang of this, and chipping off usable pieces is easier said than done. And at first, you end up splintering it quite a bit, and you kind of take your stony hands to shuffle together the coal splinters, which you think will be usable, but it's best if protected hands take the charge in this, because, well, this is a little bit more jagged than you would have liked. But over the next couple of minutes, are careful to chip off this big block of coal into usable shards. There's a smash of rock coming from your own hands, and a hard metal clang that comes from each of the Warforged. And there's a bit of a harmony in that, as there was rock cracking, metal moving around and shifting back and forth, back and forth. You get about 3 or 4 minutes into this, and you're just about there. Just a small portion left to make usable. You go ahead and smash once again as the crumble of rock echoes through this chamber, and you expect a metal clang to come from the Warforged, but instead there's a sickening crunch, almost as if something organic.
Oh. I don't like the sound of that. Oh god, what do I do with this information? Panic. I guess I just want to make sure I didn't like majorly break anything and make things worse.
How so?
I mean, clearly I wasn't doing the best job smashing up this coal, so I guess I just... my ADD is talking here. I really just want to, like, examine every little aspect of everything to make sure I didn't accidentally destroy somebody else's property.
Are you looking at your own coal pile, or are you looking at the train?
No, I want to look at kind of both, but mostly the train to make sure that there was no shrapnel from my really shitty job of breaking these rocks up.
You examine your work, and you see that you did a pretty good job keeping your shards of coal in relatively collected of a pile without letting stuff go everywhere. The Warforged are still hard at work, and there's no discernible origin from what that fleshy crunch was. They're still hard at work, and everything seems fine otherwise. They don't even seem bothered.
Okay. And I feel like I just broke my own hand. Can I check my hands to make sure? I mean, I know they're rock hands currently, but just to make sure I didn't like break my own hand.
Yeah, sure. You
That'd be
look
my
back
MO.
to your own hands, and you're examining yourself very thoroughly to ensure that you didn't hurt yourself or anything like that, and you find that they are fine.
Ooh.
And you take a moment to do so just to be sure,
That's
and
scary.
you hear yet another sickening, fleshy crunch coming from the train. And you look back over to see that nothing is really out of place yet again. But why don't you roll perception?
Okay, that's my perception I roll off of, not the dumb rock.
Yeah, I think it's whatever's higher, because of course it would be.
Kind of a shitty. God, rolling like trash.
I mean, 13's pretty good.
Oh, that also was not a perception check, so my modifier is way different. I'm sorry. Do you want me to keep it? I'll keep that roll.
We'll keep the base roll, but what's your additive?
Plus 8.
So 17.
17.
Oh, that's really good.
Hot damn.
You look over to see that this
Sorry.
particular Coreforge has his hand deep inside of one of the crevices and is seemingly trying to pull something out or rearrange something. And you see he fully retracts his very lanky arm for a moment before setting it back in. And in the blur of motion, you can see that his upper arm is coated in blood.
What?
I'm
the
gonna
actual
investigate that closer. But I will, like, hesitantly, like, not hesitantly, but slowly approach, because obviously I'm now a giant. Sorry, dying. I'm obviously now a giant rock. So I would like to approach slowly, but definitely look into why this arm is fucking bloody.
Okay. You take your steps forward. Feel free to move on yourself on the board, and
Okay.
you can see that there was a bit of steam,
Breathe up
bit of
to this
smoke
one.
that typically comes out of these iron hulls, as if a part of their mechanism and how they're powered. You can see that in this one, there's a more reddish tint to the steam that's emanating out of its grill. And you can see it twitches slightly as it begins to continue its operation, but it really pays you no mind.
And it's bleeding? Oh my god, there's a person in there, isn't there? There's a person in these fucking suits. I just want to continue to watch it to correlate where exactly in the suit the noise is coming from and see if it matches the disgusting blood running down the arm.
Okay.
Make sure my details match. Stalking a robot, it's fine. It's what I do for fun.
Mic off.
You watch and observe the new blood trails that are present on this Coreforge with great caution, unsure what to make of this
Mic on.
automaton. And eventually it does twist something into place, and the entire train shudders as this furnace would fume at the top, and there's a release of fire and smoke as this internal mechanism begins to whir up a bit more. And you
Mic
swear
off.
among the roar of flames inside of this machine, you can hear accompanying with it screaming.
Oh, this gets creepier every time you talk. This gets it's turning into like body horror. Is there a door to get onto the train from this side, or is it only from the opposite side?
You can see that there's doors on either side to come into the interior. They
Mic on.
do open and close, but you've already all been on this one,
Yeah.
so it's no secret.
I'd like to try to get on the train to look at that internal Is there a way to look at that internal mechanism from the inside, or is it just solid sheer wall blocking it?
It's a pretty open space on the inside, and the center mechanism has that feeder of the coal into the central furnace. It's an open concept, so it is easy to inspect it firsthand.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'd like to approach the inside of the train, obviously watching to see if they're going to kick me out again, because then I will help myself out politely. But I'd like to go inside and inspect that internal mechanism.
You do so, and you step inside.
Mic
and
off.
There's something that's a little bit out of place as you look at the now reddish, hellish glow that's coming from inside of the train. And the stoking of flames seems to have the edges of screams accompanying it in an almost constant state as of now. And what's curious is you look towards the ground on the inside of this train, and you can see splinters on the ground. Wooden. As if pieces of some form of furniture have been violently destroyed. That wasn't there before.
That's suspicious. Are there any remnants of the floor on the floor? Like after you move a piece of furniture that's been somewhere for a while, you can almost see like the remnants of the clean floor versus dirty floor. Are there any marks like that anywhere on the car floor?
Going off your good perception check, yes. And you can see as you begin to inspect a lot of the soot and matter that's all over the ground accompanying the splinters, you can see outlines of what appears to be desks.
Yeah. Okay. My train of thought doesn't train of thought. That's creepy. That's weird. That's suspicious. How many desks does it look like there? Was it like
classroom's worth?
a classroom's worth? That's a lot. That's sketchy as fuck. Is there any remnants of blood on the inside of this car?
Oh, there's definitely bloody handprints and small splashes here and there. And as you examine this, there's another stoking of the furnace, and there's something that comes flying out. There's plenty of embers, but there's something a bit more of substance that comes fluttering through the air as you see a burning piece of paper, a parchment that trails throughout the room, right past your face, and then out of the cart towards the southern entrance of the chamber.
Hey, well, obviously I'm gonna go chase after the piece of paper. Must know.
Oh, the symbolism is heavy with this one.
You continue forward, and you can see that there's a continuing of ruined desks that continue down this hallway. And against the wall at the very southern reaches is an intact one, for which that burning parchment continues to flutter down. You can see hanging in the air, floating around, is additional pieces of parchment that have this black, spiderly text that is inscribed in them.
Okay, well, that's an ominous thing that I obviously shouldn't follow, so I'm going to. Dagny fucked around last session. It's my turn.
Make an
Yeah,
intelligence saving throw.
I'm gonna keep following the paper. You said intelligence?
Yeah.
Don't. Hang on. Please hold. I have +0, so pray for us all. Yo!
Okay.
I've rolled way lower than that before.
Do you have proficiency in saving throws? That's a check, not a save.
No, motherfuckers! I'm really sorry that I suck tonight, guys.
All right. Holy shit.
Worth it,
that's your base. Listen, your base roll on the initial thing is a 13.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
what's your modifier for int saves? It's still 0?
+4.
Mic on.
Somehow I'm proficient in saving throws and intelligence, despite being dumb as a rock.
Let me double check your character sheet here.
You
'cause-
you
Yes,
got
please.
spell sniper, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that do an increase to charisma, int, or wisdom?
I don't think so.
All
I
right,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know how to read my own character
No,
sheet, apparently.
spell sniper allows you to ignore cover when
Cover.
firing a spell. It doubles the distance, and then you get to pick like a
Yeah.
ranged
So you
cantrip
do
spell.
have the +4, so your base roll with a 13 is a 17.
17.
So that passes the save. You can feel that there's almost a subtle whisper in each of the mechanism noises within the train, as if they are silently influencing you forward. You decide ultimately to move forward, but on your own volition, not through this otherworldly influence, and you are free to move south.
Not the mind flayer tadpole making me do it. Okay, I'm just slowly creeping.
Yeah, you even get to
'Cause
here,
Yeah.
which is where the desk resides. And you can see that there's almost on the far side of this stone a scratching noise in dozens of different places, but subtle, as though the scratching of fingernails against stone as bodies are being dragged off against their will. And looking at this one intact desk, it has some familiarity to it. The style of pen that's tucked away, the
Oh my god.
familiarity of tones.
Oh my god.
This is your desk, but there's one addition that is a bit laying out of the usual scene that you're seeing here. There's a large book on top of the rest, calling you forward.
Oh, it's my black book. Oh, it's my fucking desk from school, isn't it? Oh, he really said
It is one and the
PTSD.
same.
I'm not gonna ignore my book. I'm gonna go to my book. Book knows all. Book knows best.
You grab
Why
your book
so
and you grab hold nice and tight, embracing its influence, and it is in your hands.
It's my book.
Ah, fuck.
She came back to me.
This bitch. This motherfucker.
Oh, just let her have it at this point.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen?
From one murdering psychopath to another, take a chill pill. Does
Looking at
everything about it? It looks. It's fully intact. She's not like shred. She's not in shitty shape no mo.
The tome is one for one as you originally found it.
She's
You're so
beautiful.
distracted for a moment that you don't even realize the desk for which you picked this up disappears, as does everything that you had previously seen in the past few eerie moments. You've wandered away from your duty smashing coal, and you are holding the book of the Black Soul.
That sounds like my real life right there. Okay. Cool. Great. I'm gonna hold on to the book, like not put it away, but just hold on to it, and then walk back to where I was residing over my coal.
Alright.
And then I wanna start reading it. I can ignore my coal for now.
Alright. And the moment would pass as our attention is turned towards everyone within the Southern Laboratory.
Bye, guys.
You're just getting off of a victory on defeating this stone golem, as the room is finally safe to stand in without fear of being punched by large stony fists.
Searching the
Howard
room.
spits out a tooth and begins searching for the gears, I believe.
Yep. Searching.
Or
Yeah.
rather,
Yeah,
do we
everybody
want to
be
see what the
searching.
lever does?
What is the? Is there like a slab that is lifted up in the air, similar to the other room that we were in?
What?
How we flipped a thing. We used that glove to lift the slab, and then there's the clay guy in there.
This is already
there-
lifted.
Okay, so
Like
then
this
yeah,
double
probably just
basin
close it.
here is like a good 15 feet elevated off the ground. There's beams on each of the four corners here. It's like a hollow box for which the stone golem was mounted inside of, just like the clay golem was. And there was the lever right here as well. But yeah, for those who are going straight into riffling through all the contents of the room, you can roll investigation.
We could have just closed the fucking box on him. I'm done.
Yeah, but fight is fun.
Fuck's sake.
I rolled a 2,
Oh,
but that's an
fuck.
11.
Crazy modifiers.
Sorry.
Bruh.
Yoink. Ooh, not bad.
Okay.
Can I also?
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah,
room.
yeah. If you're
I
intending to
guess-
help with the room, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah, wait, no, I can't cast guidance, otherwise I'd lose holy weapon.
Yeah.
But, well,
I didn't know guidance was.
about an hour. Oh, 3.
Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, that base roll though.
I didn't know
That
guidance was
rock is a
concentration.
rock.
Everyone puts their heads together and picks corners of the room and decides to go off on searching for anything that may be useful. Namely, the pieces of the train that are required to leave this place. It will start with the top corner. Actually, the left half, rather. Cobweb, you have a quick eye to spot the metallic pieces that are strewn about in these shelves. They are in these very nicely made woven sacks. They are sparse enough in their material to let you see within. They're kind of like partially see-through. And you can see that there is a very large one off in the corner. And the shine of metal matches the one off on the rail train. And making short work, you open up this sack to find there is quite the assembly of gears fit for the rail train.
Bingo.
As for Jaxthal, you're looking at a few of the smaller pieces here, and you can see, and this goes for everyone in the room, the contents and layout, structure, everything in this room just seems to be a bit more high grade than the clay golem room to the north. You notice that a lot of the sidings of these wooden shelves are lined with metal, as is there a metal framings along a lot of the stone masonry that creates this room. It's reinforced. In looking through the contents, you find there's a variety of different bits and bobs, mechanical pieces that may have gone into the modification of this golem in the room, as well as other warforged. And continuing this, you find accompanying parchments. And Jaxthal, you can see that there is a variety of sketches that seem to denote prototype warforged frames. Some of these look very old. And you can see that there's a good lot of different concepts for the stone golem alone. And there's an interesting one that seems to be in greater detail than the rest. This particular one that has extensive notes on it doesn't look like a concept. It looks like a recollection of something that was actually made, but not from here. As you take in what you're looking at.
Oh shit!
Interesting. I mean,
Scarcely any different from all the depictions of the Warforged you've seen here, but this one seemed quite prominent, as though it was actually made. And a lot of the notes here seem to be first-hand accounts for its creator. And the bottom of the page, all written in Commons, is simply signed, R.U.
Anybody know somebody with the initials R.U.?
What? What did you find?
Yeah, check this out. I hand her the papers and everything. All the ones about the specific Warforged.
Destined. And are you? Frickin' Ragni. He's been here. This... Damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what his last name was, because I remember writing it down. It was Ragni something. Do I have it somewhere? Jesus. How many notes, bro? I'm sorry.
We can come back to that. That's fine. You're drawing a blank at the moment.
Yeah.
The right side of the room is a variety of experimental pieces that go onto the golem. It looks like there's some large pieces of armor plating, and they were toying around with the idea of reinforcing stone with metal, similar to how the rest of this room is composed. Perhaps this experiment was not complete, and they intend to make this thing even stronger. Although, as Arathal, you're rifling around in the corner here, along with Dagny, your keen senses pick up on something coming from over here, as there's another light source that begins to glow, as something is seemingly coming out of the wall.
Hello, tiny friend.
That
An ethereal hand comes through the stone and meanders across the room and begins to work with the pieces of the destroyed golem.
is it trying to put it back together?
Hard to be certain, it's just one hand, but it certainly seems to be working with it in some way.
Okay. The notes from the sketch of Destin. Can I glean anything of importance from them, or is it something that I already know?
Importance how?
Well, we knew he was powered by a keystone. We know that the keystone contained a devil. Is there anything relating to the keystone that powered this frame?
Nothing explicit. A few measurements on the keystone being of particular power, and this recollection of notes here bears a lot of striking resemblances to the notes that were taken when you had woken up in Idravok's reserve. Except this is the actual notes from the author of this invention. It seems like this may have been the base model for which the Aurorans may have used to create the rest of the Warforged, eventually ditching largely the use of keystones given how many they were making in favor of other means of powering them. Namely, the energy coming from the core in the inside world.
Did it seem like Ragni made some interesting observations, or...
What do you mean by that?
I don't know.
No, what I told you is what I told you. It's what you got.
Fair enough. Ragni was down here when he made these. I wonder if his name actually has some pull. If I could just remember what his last fucking name was.
Cobweb tightens his grip on the mesh bag the gears are in, slings it over his shoulder, and rejoins the group.
Okay. You do know that you now have the gears needed. However, it doesn't explain the lack of the pipes that you're supposed to be having too, which are not present on any of these shelves. You have 2/3 of the puzzle.
Well,
and Cobweb, you do notice, coming from this wall, a hand as it goes to service.
Okay. Can I hop on top of the shelf and try to peek through the cracks? Try to basically find a spot where I can peer into what is obviously another side to this wall.
Let's call this a separate investigation roll. You're looking for something different here.
Hey,
not
yeah,
bad.
good.
Let's go.
Paying more close attention to the far side of the wall, you can see that there is a metallic door frame basin for which these shelves seem to be hiding. And there's a divot inside of this base that seems to have something of a sigil on it. And you can decipher that that's where the mage hand came out of. Given that this is door shaped and there's a sigil, you think that there is definitely something in place here to open up to a different part of the room. As for how to get into it, you're not certain, but perhaps the sigil may hold the key.
It seems that this lab mirrors the northern one. There are separate chambers on the other sides of these walls.
Well, this room doesn't react to the gauntlet at all. I'm assuming it's different.
Might have something to do with this rune work on the bottom. This divot right here. You think he's gonna point to the sigil?
I'll walk over to it and examine it.
You take a look, and at a glance, it's hard to decipher what a unfamiliar rune really can mean, but it does have the same soft teal glow as the other aspects of the room, including the candles as well as the hands. And right in front of your face, another one comes out, straight from the sigil, and begins its work.
Okay, now that there are more hands, it's seemingly putting it back together, correct?
You watch them for a moment, and it certainly seems though they've begun a repair job.
Okay, it seems these were put in place to put this thing back together should it fall into disrepair. You explain why everything's so pristine in here.
Want to see if that lever does something?
Fuck it, why not?
It's worth a shot. I'm not pulling it though.
Dibs as he hops off the shelf. Alright, everyone give me 10 feet.
You giving that thing
That's
a hard
it.
pull?
Yeah. Alright, once everyone's 10 feet away, aka the universal back the fuck up distance, he's going to pull the lever.
You do so. And the basin sinks into the floor. The mage hands pause for a moment. And although they're just hands, you have a feeling as if they are a bit confused and have a limited perception to them, and are wondering who is also here interfering with their affairs. As one begins to float over here, another over here, and another over here. Their hand gesture is open hand, fingers outstretched, as though feeling the room around.
Gonna dodge out of the way of it.
Yeah,
I think
don't
we
wanna-
should just move.
I assume they're like levitating at average height, so Cobweb just like walks under it. Okay.
Why don't you, for everyone in the room intending to dodge these hands, let's call this, I guess, acrobatics. You're kind of dodging and ducking.
Right on.
Shit.
Not a terribly difficult DC. Oh,
Motherfucker. God damn it.
Oh no.
Oh, we all suck.
That's a big oof.
We're all getting groped. This is bullshit.
I'm assuming anyway, if it's anything like the other room, if we just leave, they'll stay here.
Is this everyone in the room making this check?
yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Tim Pond included.
Oh shit, right on.
Oh, we all
Oh
suck.
my god.
Come on, my boy. Let's see here.
I believe in you.
Acrobatics is dex space. If you didn't know.
Fuck, man.
Oh my god. Okay, bye guys.
You know, this wasn't supposed to be a difficult thing. The DC was 10. The only person who's keen about their senses is Aerithal.
And I was staring at a rock for about 6 seconds.
Yep.
The mage
Not
hands
just
seem
a
to
boulder.
move with a bit more grace and flow than you are ready for as they bump into several of you, and you can see that their sweeping motion as soon as they make contact with several of you halt, and they freeze in place as though contemplating.
Jaxel is just gonna leave the room then, if they're just not gonna do anything.
Well, it's only for a few moments before they all seemingly phase through the basin, and you can tell they have gone down into the deposited area, and you can, based on the shoveling around of stone, you think that maybe there's a bit more purpose in their efforts now, and you all look on as do this beep boop bop boop. Just above the candles, you can see they flare to life, and another one is conjured, and immediately follows its brethren. And you do notice there's 2 more that eventually do the same.
Yep, time to go,
The
time to go,
candles
time to go, time
and
to go.
Well, it seems like they're
Well-
just fixing it, and we have to lift the
Fuck
lever
yeah,
up
we
for
need
it to
to-
come back anyway.
We need to find a way past these doors. Are the shelves like bolted to the wall?
With some effort, you think you can take them off.
Right on. Somebody help me with these shelves.
Don't look at me.
I have a whole +1 to my strength.
Let's go.
I have -2.
That sounds like a you issue.
I
Hiya!
decent.
Oh my god,
There
I'm
it
a monster.
is.
He asks for help, but just rips it all apart himself. Before
Never
we even get
mind.
there.
Aerothol's just walking over and he rips it off right as Aerothol gets there. Just like,
Sorry
damn,
guys, I forgot who I was. My bad.
Cobweb,
him.
understanding the assignment, quickly takes these shelves off the wall, and you're careful to deposit them in such a way where it doesn't necessarily disrupt its contents, as you stack all of those shelves in a pile to the southern wall, leaving you with just the outline of a very secure-looking door and a sigil at its center.
Okay. Let me see here. I have something for this.
Is the sigil carved into it, or is it like drawn somehow?
Carved. There's
Carved?
definitely
Okay, I
purpose
can't do it
behind
then.
the room.
Okay, here we go. I will dismiss my concentration on Alter Self to cast this to give myself Fox's Cunning. I would like to attempt Arcana to decipher the intended use of this rune.
All right. Roll Arcana with
Right
advantage.
on.
I think because you do that, Cobweb, my spell ends early, and bright flash of light. No one gets hurt, just bright flash of light. Get flashbang.
Deploying flashbang.
Holy
Oh,
shit!
hell yeah.
I rolled twice.
Oh, hell
but
yeah.
They're both 18s.
Cobweb, you are well versed in how sigils operate, and you do know that them channeling the correct attunement of energy or arcana is crucial, which may explain why these hands were able to pass through the sigil, because they channel the same type of magic. Your gaze falls upon the candles, and an idea comes to head that maybe meeting the two will carve the way.
Right on. Pursuing that train of thought, he comes over, picks up one of the candles, and runs face first into the wall.
Harry Potter style.
Yeah, just full on fucking just full sailing it.
It's all fun games still.
There we are.
Oh,
And just clunk.
You meet the candle with the sigil with great force, and of course,
With force, of course.
a lone mage hand preens over an arrangement of weapons. You can tell that these are similar in composition to the arrangement of floating swords that created Tin Pond. It looks like this may have been a staging ground for such a thing. And to both the north and south alcoves lay chests.
So has the wall come down, or am I the only one seeing this?
No, the walls come down.
Right on.
Essentially, it's a big stone door-shaped wall that sunk downwards into the ground.
Hell yeah.
North or south.
Cobweb goes sprawling across the ground. The door's open.
Or you want to open north or south?
B-Man.
Yeah.
I saw a hand come out this wall, and judging off of what Cobweb did, and how there's a room in there, I'm going to take a candle and do what Cobweb did, but without the running.
Okay. You're a bit more careful in your ways, and it opens.
Oh no! Oh no!
What?
I see something.
Just go
I
over
see
here
dead
and look.
people.
Whoa.
My echo disappears, by the way. I did not realize that.
Goodbye,
Never mind,
Mr.
Devin,
Echo.
please, I'm fucking begging you, don't smack your lips on the mic. Make my full body
Like
fucking
seriously,
cringe when
bro,
you
that
do
that sets my fucking overstimulation
You gotta
on
break
edge.
that
Not
habit now,
intentional.
my guy.
It is not intentional.
I know. But this wall does come down in the same way, revealing yet another hidden workshop where there are yet more hands at work. And something else to the northern alcove as you lay eyes upon an active, aware Warforged.
That's not a hand. That's a whole ass Warforged.
That's cool looking.
It's like a monk or something.
It looks very similar to Destin to me.
Yeah, I see that.
Tin Pon would stare blankly at the Warforged and communicate a very basic message that they're basically peaceful. We're not trying to destroy anything.
You're conveying that to this guy?
Yeah.
Alright. I thought you were over in the other alcove, but...
No, that's Tin
Tin
Pon.
Pon.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right, it can do that. Okay.
It's our friends, not food.
Yeah, this Warforged looks down towards Tin Pon and then back up towards Dagny and Erithal, and it speaks.
You are not giants.
No,
You do not look like workers either.
no.
So, what is the meaning of this? Has my time finally come
Your time?
to end?
You mean die? No, we're not here to kill you. No.
Kill. Not necessarily what I meant. What is death to you is to us merely an oscillation. We don't fear the interval of darkness.
Then what do you mean by end?
I seem my terminology is somewhat lost on you. Perhaps I shall speak in simpler words.
You dare to talk to me as if I'm an idiot.
The
The
sigh.
Warforged kind of tilts his head a little bit and is wholly confused by whatever you just said. And speaks up again.
You will find that I am bound, under the mercy of the foreman's grasp. I assumed that you were simply here to carry out his work. But with
Well,
every passing remark, I see this may not be the case. So, what would you have of me?
you're saying you have no orders from anyone.
My thoughts are my own. They are my brethren. They are the world.
You're sentient.
Yes.
Oh, thank the gods. Finally one that's able to actually make sense. Listen, a lot of the Warforged in here, they're still working with basic logical minds, as if they're still running the manufactorum. However, they haven't really received orders from the foreman from the last, what did he say, 69 years?
Roughly around
Yeah,
there.
something like that.
But right now
I see.
we're merely using the caretaker right now to get the train fixed and be on our way to one of the Aurorian kingdoms.
Intending to return home. A safe choice. There is little here left for any of you.
I mean, we kind of gathered that already. We just... I suppose it's partly my fault for trying to expedite the process. They tried to remove me, but they were somewhat unsuccessful. I'm not trying to push anything again, but, if you
We're
wish...
just here for parts.
yes.
Parts to this train you seek to ride home,
Yes.
and you've come to me for help.
I mean... If
We didn't know you were in here, but if you know where they are, we would not mind being told.
We found the train tool set, we found gears. I think we're missing a set of pipes.
You would likely find those specific instruments to the far alcove opposite of me.
Okay, so they probably found them already. I'm sorry, my name is Dagny Silverhide. Do you have a name?
I am a weapon.
A weapon? You have no name?
I have a designation for which I have based my existence.
What is said designation?
A weapon.
How ironic. Alright.
No, not irony. That is the main purpose for our creation. If you would find a simple, violent-minded nature in those like me, that is why we are created for war.
So we've learned. You haven't been able to perform your duty as being used as a weapon, have you?
I have, and I have been rather successful. But there was more to my mind than the creators saw fit. Thus I have been restrained, studied, discarded, and have awaited my end.
Well, I think we could have a use for you. Some of the Warforged on the surface are a bit, how do you say, hostile to beings like ourselves? They're not really open to communication with mortals, per se.
I am mortal.
I definitely believe that.
More fleshy beings, I think, is what she means.
Yeah. Yes.
Humanoids, rather
Yeah.
than.
You there in the clerical tapestries. That chestplate you wear. Why do you wear the emblem of the enemy?
Emblem.
Ah,
Oh,
shit.
he's
Oh,
mad
boy.
at the hands.
Let's see
God
what
damn
my
it.
deception is.
Deception.
A trophy. I needed something that was a bit more resilient than what I originally had. Working on getting rid of the symbol.
But as you can see, it's been proven somewhat effective against an angel attack.
Did you just say that out loud?
I mean,
Bruh.
no,
I mean,
Did you?
no.
for all intents and purposes, he's been in here for a while. He might not even he's not really well versed on the outside world. We could tell him whatever the fuck.
I mean,
we
I
want, pretty
am
much.
saying my part about essentially trophy, but I'm not saying like the damage and like the combats that I've been in.
Mhm.
All right, let me make sure I get the intention straight. So you're saying to him that this chest plate is a trophy?
Yeah, kind of like taken, you know, not like taken.
Okay. Roll deception.
Oh boy,
Deception.
Not bad.
not bad.
Understandable. This corroborates with the objective of the foreman. But in order to physically return that here, tell me, is the outside world treadable once again?
You mean the exterior of Helios?
That is the intent in my words.
I suppose
There's been progress made, but it's slow.
Then it seems as though their resolve has yet to be met with our fulfilled purpose. I am a weapon, one that can serve this function, but I also possess the ability to deviate as seen fit. but I see my goal as fitting enough to keep moving forward as is. Many of what you may find in this manufactorum have limiting degrees of this. To further elaborate, it wholesale depends on the exposure to the core. I was one of the first, carefully modeling after prototypes. I had a directive, and I still do. But there is more to my intelligence than that now. Either way, I fight your same fight.
What was your directive?
To be a weapon against the enemy.
I just kind of look to Arathal. And then I'll say, very well, we could definitely use someone with your capabilities.
Excellent. You will of course have to remove these dimensional shackles restraining me. It is the work of the foreman.
Of course it is.
Wait, Dagny, wait.
This isn't a trap.
Yeah.
Not there, but
If we go to use arcane magic to dispel this, are there any countermeasures or things that will harm us if we attempt to do so without proper authorization?
You're asking that to the Warforged?
The Warforged, yes. Essentially, hey, are these trapped to harm us if we try to dispel it?
These restraints are not trapped in themselves. However, this room is adjacent to the foreman's lair, if one can call that correctly.
Adjacent.
Oh, is that the these they look like what's the word? I'm losing the word.
Effigy?
Yeah. Those effigy-like structures with the lever?
Those are experiment tables, much like myself. They are further deviations from the original blueprints.
Of course. So, if I manage to dispel these shackles, there's a failsafe that will activate?
Should unauthorized use become of these shackles, then yes. However, given you are aligned with the foreman, this should not occur. Now, if you would kindly, I wish to serve my purpose.
I don't know, guys.
Yeah, now he's asked to, like, specifically to be freed. I feel like this isn't going to end well if we do.
Yeah, not only that, but like he believes that we're fighting against the quote unquote enemy, but this is one more enemy for if and when we get revealed. We'd have to keep our cover up like 24/7.
Yeah, no, I don't like that.
maybe he was locked away on purpose. Not that I'm there.
You know.
Yeah.
Usually the psycho bitch in the walls isn't set free.
Oh wait,
Before you refuse him, though,
Dagny.
ask where the pipes are.
Oh, but he said over
He
here.
said they're over in the other room, so
Oh, I knew that.
if you look
Yeah.
around, you'll eventually find them.
All right, Dagny, before we, and I am saying this out loud, before we dispel the magic, let's double check with the foreman that this is okay.
Oh shit.
I suppose you're right, Arathal.
We wouldn't want to dispel this without double checking, cause more problems than necessary.
Right. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Yeah, we'll be right back. Yeah.
Dagny is canonically a terrible liar. Let's
The
go.
Warforged weapon would glare at you as you step out of his alcove. You step back into the room.
All right, you want to open the north chest or the south one?
I'll go for north. Immediate goblin mode.
You open this ornate chest and you find an arrangement of pipe fittings and tubes. This is one for one. The train pipes are yours.
At this point, Cobweb is fucking stacked up with construction materials. He's got the pipes over his shoulder. Like 3 different bags for gears and odds and ends. He walks out. All right, I think we got everything we need. From the other side of the mountain of shit in his arms.
And then
Jack Stoll, you're opening the southern chest.
Yeah.
And granted, this is a pretty sizable chest, but there's an assortment of mechadendrite arms and blades and some very small plate pieces that look like they fit to something considerably larger. This is only part of a puzzle, granted, but you can see there is accompanying paperwork that depicts the following. This seems to be pieces of a larger automaton.
This motherfucker.
Oh my god.
I hate him. The evil golden snitch.
Fear.
The golden bitch.
Oh, wait, let me. I got a perfect thing for that. Just
Fuck.
1,000-yard wide-eyed stares. I open it up and see.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's not really I can do with this. I'll just close it and join the rest of the gang.
Very well.
Oh, that's a wall there. That's a wall there.
okay. So if I'm understanding what he said properly, that lever could, because they're testing. Wait, he said the room adjacent was the foreman's lair.
Yes.
Yeah, they say like this room you're in right now is adjacent to where the foreman resides.
Adjacent.
So probably over here. It's either over here somewhere or over here.
Okay. At least we know the layout now. A little bit better.
Is the foreman's room a place we want to try to like poke our heads in, or are we just gonna ignore it completely and go and fix the train?
That's up to you guys. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding correctly. I mean, if you guys are done like over there, then I assume me and Dagny will kind of tell you about the Warforged in there.
Mm.
You might be the one doing all the talking. She's kind of clammed up right now.
Yeah, I'll kind of like give them the down low and kind of iterate that the symbol of Highshire enemy, the whole thing, and by lie.
So, we have a crazed Warforged in the other room, bent on jihad against our people. Sick.
Yeah, he sounds a little bit too eager to be let out of his chains. I feel like we should just leave him there.
That's what I'm saying. Though, you know what? We haven't seen the deer. You think she's still back at the train? We should probably go tell her about what we found.
Some of us know how to mind our own business.
I would like to try and look for notes on a weapon.
Now you've already searched the room for notes, so you have the ones that depict Destined, and based on the context, you can gather that that's something of a prototype for which a lot of this Warforged tech is based on. They are, in this context, referred to as weapons, as in creating automaton armies to go fight on behalf of the Aurorans.
God, there needs to be a fucking instruction manual. God damn it. I want to try and find something that would change his designation.
Do you want to find something that can convince him to change his ways?
Yeah?
And
that
on
sounds
that
like
day,
you have to, like
I said, you looted the room. So what you have here is what you have to work with, unless you want to craft something with your words.
I doubt that would work, seeing as I basically just told straight to him a lie, and I don't think he'd be too happy about that.
Yeah, I mean,
He seems to trust the word and designation of the foreman. That's all you really have.
Yeah.
So,
And he didn't seem too upset with Arethal's armor either, now that I'm actually thinking about it. It's either that or he just does not
Well,
care.
that's because I told him a
Together.
lie that it was a trophy.
No. I mean the like the foreman, the watcher guy. I
Oh,
can't
the
remember his name.
caretaker?
Yeah, the caretaker. He didn't seem too upset about it.
Yeah. That
Or
being
he just
said,
didn't care one way or the other.
I should probably find a more, I should probably try to conceal this a bit more.
I mean, we have everything we need.
So the plan is just move on then.
I don't
It's
think
an
so.
unnecessary. It'd be an unnecessary risk trying to bring him along.
We need to try and find some leverage over these Warforged. It's very clear they take orders from the foreman. If we can find evidence that the foreman is no longer around and not even in service, it may change things.
It could, but it could also mean that they would stop working on the train. And we kind of need their help with that.
Let's see where fixing
These
the
are all
train gets
questions
us.
for later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what all the train and all that happens with that. If we could just go at any point. Maybe
Train
we can double
first.
back if you really want to. But yeah, I'd rather just hop on and leave.
I'm with Jacksonville on this one.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Nobody, yeah, whatever. Just pushes past.
Oh,
All right.
Oh no, we
And
don't want to die.
I presume everyone is reconvening at the train.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, everyone is ultimately able to travel there without incident. Which will speed things along here. Everybody up. Go. What am I forgetting?
I have let go of the token to prevent any errors.
Oh yeah. Sure. Because that was driving me crazy last time. You know, we're just gonna whoop. There we go.
Oh, the void.
We're missing somebody. Where'd you go? Oh,
Oh, there's
we need
Cobweb.
Tin Pawn. We need Tin Pawn, of course.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
I got him. He's scooting along. He's taking the scenic route.
You just
But-
hear like his little tippy taps running across the stone.
Everyone returns to the train and would deliver the parts. And as for Nadira, after having done your work and saw your own sights, you see everyone returns to you in various states of health.
So what'd you guys do?
Hello, giant stone lady.
I got punched in the face.
I just fist bumped Cobweb.
So did I.
Sick. Oh, I didn't know. My bad, G. I didn't know you were chill like that. Alright.
And you're not
Web,
being a dumbass.
Unloads all the parts. And says to Timpon, "You did well today, my son. You may continue to work at your leisure."
So,
Yeah.
I don't know if this... You could even have an answer for this yet, but with all the parts, what would be the estimated time of completion?
The Warforged looks over and surveys what you've recovered.
The estimated time of completion, given the good condition of these parts and the preparation made in the train beforehand by our able-bodied minds. 1 hour.
Not too bad.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Gives us plenty of time to lick our wounds, catch our breaths.
Well, you can go lick whatever you want. I'm gonna take a nap.
It's a metaphor.
He's already gone. I guess he'll lay out his bedroll right here and just chillax for the time being.
Yeah, taking a short rest isn't a bad idea.
Okay.
Dagny just goes over and sits in the corner, wraps her cloak around herself.
Assume the position.
Because
Jaxel,
You
Erythal.
I suppose Erythal just chill and relax.
So, did Nadira say she put the book away, or she's still kind of like holding on to it?
No, I'm still holding on to it. I got this baby in a death grip.
Because I'm assuming
shit.
that we probably see the book.
Yeah, there's no pocket to put this thing into,
No,
so
I
you
got
would
pockets,
be
I'm a rock.
Yeah, you would be clutching it tightly.
Oh, I'm clutching it very tightly.
Yeah, it's visible. It's just you're not sure what it is.
I suppose.
Hey, yeah, I guess I'll
Yeah.
sit down and short rest or whatever.
Okay. Everyone is short
rest.
resting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop my earth elemental form while we're short resting.
Before we short rest. Oh wait, never mind. I don't have any channel divinities. Fuck.
Are you gonna do the food thing?
I was going to, yes, absorb my my channel divinity for spell slots, but now I can't. Fuck.
All right.
Fuck. There we go. What else do I get back on a short rest? Just channel divinities. All right.
All right. Let's take a 10-minute break.
Right on.
Cool.
So how's everybody's day?
It's going, I guess.
One of my friends is getting married next year.
Hell yeah. There you go.
So I'm going to be gone in April for like probably a day or two.
Are you like leaving state or something like that?
Leaving state. I think they're only one state away.
See if, I'm assuming you have other people you're gonna hang out with when you're there. See if you could take like a couple days off and just make like a trip of it, depending on when it is.
Yeah, they're just a really close friend.
Hmm.
Found family, if you will.
Oh, there it is. Should drink some water.
What? Bottle of water?
What all the butter?
Bottle of butter?
All right. Everybody here.
I am here.
I'm here.
Pain
Alright.
Dash Rome, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I had my
Okay.
mic muted and I was away.
There's a cacophony of metallic adjustments, plates shifting, and the occasional banging of a heavy piece of metal falling onto the ground. And this is a very noisy short rest being in this room. But after a good while, there comes to a point where things are really coming together, and the last of those pipes gets fitted into place. The gears are spun, wound up, and there's a shudder from the rail train as it comes to life. And the two core forged iron holes take a step towards the mooring clamps, and Caretaker steps towards all of you with its hands clasped behind its back.
The rail train appears functional. It seems to be in good health.
That's a crazy way to phrase that, but sure, that's great.
Yeah. Means we can get out of your hair.
It seems able to function. However, it has reservations about taking the rail further out.
Some sort of obstruction, or?
Yes, in a sense. Orders, to be exact. To remain here.
Let me guess, the foreman told it so.
You are correct.
If I said the name Ragni Erval, does that mean anything to you?
He goes stiff for a moment, and there's a stare coming through the metal faceplate.
Yes. To what would the issuance of this name be?
We've come across several of his schematics throughout our travels.
Yes, he is one of the forefathers of Warforged technology.
Of course he is. He seems to have his finger in a lot of pies, no matter where he goes. So, how do we get the orders of this car to change? We go talk to the foreman? Where is he?
An order from the foreman would suffice. However, the rail train is capable of reason, if you can do so in convincing it that its issuance of current orders must be overridden.
Alright, who among you is the best talker?
I mean, I could give it a shot.
Okay, Cobweb, go for it.
Like, out of character, I have a +9 to persuasion, but I have
shit.
no idea what to say.
I'm just gonna put this out there just so it's there for Cobweb.
Okay. And I suppose I will use Tin Pawn to relay the information to the train via telepathy. Basically, having him translate the meaning of my words directly into the train.
Okay.
And I suppose
I'll give him help with explaining.
Yeah, for actually wording this, you can't just say help. Like, I'm gonna need to hear, like, compelling arguments from Cobweb, and if you're intending to help, you need to be able to add points to this, you know what I mean?
Alrighty.
You can't just press the give advantage button on this. You gotta be reasonable.
Yeah.
Beeman, I would like to press give advantage.
Fuck off.
Oh,
The
shit.
train kills you.
Oh no!
Try and reverse the entire assault.
Plays base boosted. Hell yeah. Roll for initiative. Anyway,
But opening the line of communication, Tin Pawn does connect with the rail train. And this isn't the first time they've communicated. There is something of a bond that they seem to share with Tin Pawn, assisting in the repairing of this large contraption. So it does have a foot in the door, so to speak. And all it's simply intent on doing is following the current orders, because that is, as it understands, the best course of action for the well-being of the Warforged.
Cobweb places his fingers against his temple and says to the train, I know that you've acquired some semblance of sentience, and so I suppose it's pertinent for me to explain to you the gravity of our mission. The fate of thousands, possibly millions, the entire world hinges on our ability to arrive at our destination. If that means anything to you, then I'm asking you to help us.
I mean, also, not just humanoid lives, but the lives of the Warforged here and other manufacturers, even the foreman.
Yeah. if everybody died, if like all the humanity dies and goes away, there's only so much repairing you can do to yourselves to keep, just to stay here. Eventually, you will just rust and fall away back to dust. Helping us can get more people in here. You can function again as your prime directives in this entire factory. You can be useful.
Helping us helps you.
Wow. Okay. Cobweb. Roll persuasion
Right.
with advantage.
Woo!
Hold on. Oh, whoops. Fucking.
Hey!
Let's go.
Hang
And
on.
then-
I
Yeah, plus guidance.
19. You see Tin Pawn has a mirroring of body movements with you, Cobweb, seemingly being an active translator. And after a moment, there's a few mechanisms that shift on their own within the train. And the two larger fellows at the end, seemingly having received silent commands from the train, begin to insert their long arms into the mooring clamps and begin to retract the mechanism. And it seems as though the train is making preparations to adhere to your words and give you travel.
I feel it would be rude to not at least say thank you to it for giving us travel, seeing as it is at least somewhat sentient.
I mean, we're already giving it a meal as he gestures to the gigantic pile of coal.
Yeah, but saying thank you never hurts.
Dagny wordlessly gets up and starts to approach the train.
Mm.
Okay.
So, hold on, guys, before we get on. Nadira, what the fuck?
What?
I saw the book. I just
So?
wanted to get a nap before I tore into your ass. What are you doing?
Book? What book?
You didn't see it?
What
book?
book?
Just kidding. I'm not gonna gaslight you.
That's,
I'm not gonna guess.
Let's be honest.
you can't
While
guess
they
like me. I'm
argue
too
about the
fucking
book.
stupid.
While they argue about the book, and I start breaking up that coal block with do the pickaxe thing I did before.
The coal block is already beaten into rough
Smash it.
shards,
Broke it.
and
Yeah.
the final prep. The Warforged have assisted with loading it up, but the last of the preparations are being done, so you can help with that.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah, I'll do that.
Sorry, did kind of a shitty job with that part.
Look, I know all knowledge is worth knowing, but you just have to be careful with things like that. You're venturing into places that are unknown, unexplored,
Well, we're in an entire world that's unexplored to us.
and
Seems fitting.
we're in all the more danger because of that.
I'm not the one that's gotten my ass beat already, so.
Well, you know what? Fair enough. That's my job. I get punched in the face, so you guys don't.
Yeah. Yeah, and notice with all my trouble, I've still not gotten punched in the face. So,
Uh-huh.
again, your point.
As he gestures to his broken nose.
Honestly,
Yeah, weird
Maybe
that.
you should check thyself before you wreck thyself. About who's reading what. Leave me in my fairy porn alone.
Cuzzo, you literally got the Necronomicon in your coat pocket. What the
So,
fuck?
I like it dirty. Shut the fuck up. Leave me in my
I'm
dark
not saying
romance
don't
alone.
read it. I'm saying be careful.
And I will be careful. Okay, Dad?
Don't be a
Whoa.
bitch.
Jeez.
Oh, hot meat kettle.
Oh,
Yes.
Somebody got a little
Right.
feisty.
You know what?
This is
I am.
wait. This is a weird time. This is a weird time for this to happen.
Let me speak!
Oh shit.
I've,
Okay.
I've been forced to be silent for too fucking long. So you know what? I am a bitch. I gladly claim the title. I have lost a lot of things that are dear to me. My home, my family, my mother, and I learned the craft to try and be able to get close to her. And then I found out the one person I trusted is responsible for her death, and I can't do anything about that. But I have one way to get there, and Fulcrum is the key. So yes, you have your precious little book back. I don't give a shit about it. But if Gilthune does something to this planet, it'll be on your hands. Do you understand that, Nadira?
Ooh, we could cut the condescension a wee bit, couldn't we?
Answer the fucking question!
When you speak to me with respect, you will get respect back.
Oh.
Okay.
You should have died in the college with your friends. And she'll turn into the car and say, "Thank you for your hospitality," and she will step on.
I silently store that piece of information away for later. And I also get on the train with everybody else.
Cobweb sits there for a second, mouth gaping.
Nadira will remember this, appears above.
Oh shit. Okay.
If I may, before Nadira gets on, Nadira, I don't think... I'm not going to try to speak for her, but maybe the book is more of a tool to us, and I was wrong. We need all the information and power we can to stop the Angel of Death if we even can. And right now, that book seems more like a boon than a cursing. I think you know how to handle it, so I won't judge you on what you decide to do with it or how you decide to proceed with it. And if it's worth anything, I'm sorry for what Dagny said to you.
If I took everything I ever said, or anybody ever said to me personally, I would have been dead 200 years ago. She's not the first one to bite at me. She won't be the last. You don't live through a literal genocide without figuring out a way to defend yourself from people like that. I appreciate it, and I'm not looking to become old Dark Soul BFF here. But I'm thinking in a world that's entirely unknown to us, full of magic entirely unknown to us, that maybe having some friends on the other side couldn't hurt. They stand to gain as much as we do.
I think that's a wise choice. We are definitely in a world none of us have ever encountered before. Hopefully you'll tell me a bit, well, if it's not intruding too much about what it was like before the genocide. I don't think I was... Let me double check my age. When did the genocide happen again, by the way? It should be in...
130 something years ago?
Yeah.
137.
Okay.
137,
I wasn't
yeah.
around when the genocide happened, so maybe you could tell me a bit what everything was like before.
Wouldn't be so bad, knife ears.
Racism.
Look, not so bad for a high elf.
You're an elf too.
I know, that's the joke.
I suppose we should probably get on that train now then.
I just
Time for an
sarcastically,
awkward
bow
family
gesture
car
to
ride.
Aerithal.
Ooh. This is gonna be fun. So I'm gonna jump on.
Yeah, let's get this, let's get the locomotion going.
Everyone's boarding?
Yep.
All right. Everyone does board, and the train seems to be firing up. Curiously, there's this larger automaton that has been collapsing and reestablishing itself as it travels along through the halls, is doing a lot of the last-minute work. and the Coreforged are working on the clamps, and the caretaking Warforged is seemingly doing something in the back. This one just seems to stand there, and it flips around and looks in the western direction, and just seems on high alert. And eventually it speaks, and not to the rest of the Warforged, but just out loud.
What is that?
Huh? What's what?
Oh, that's a good noise.
Jax will poke his head out and try to figure out what he's looking at.
Everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
I swear to fucking
no.
God,
Promise
man.
I'll roll the right thing.
Okay,
This
so
isn't a charm effect, is it?
Thank God. 21.
Is
Finally.
this,
Saving.
is this at any point like magical? Because I
No.
have advantage on those. Okay.
The 4.
Let's see. DC 18.
Yep.
For those who failed, you know who you are. There's a very dour set of emotions in the room right now, a bit mixed. But something is intermingling with it and is pulling your attention away from each other. There's a feeling that's coming over each of you. Dread.
Move! Move! Get this train moving now!
You can see the caretaker has stopped his last-minute operations and is also looking over into that direction and does not obey your command, but simply speaks very plainly.
I think I feel fear. Is this what
Yeah,
that's
that's-
like?
For fuck's sake, get this hunk of junk moving!
You know, the train has sentience too. It's probably scared. As same with the other guys.
God damn it.
How can we be scared?
We need to move!
Yeah, I can't imagine being scared as his knees are knocking together.
B-Man,
Yes.
is this feeling... It's like dread, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is it similar to the dread we felt when we encountered the Angel of Death?
Yes.
Fuck me sideways. Okay.
If Jax pokes his head out, does he see anything that they're looking at, or
They're simply
Is it
looking
just like
towards the
darkness?
wall here. It's more so looking in a direction more than that something specifically. But you can sense this too.
Okay.
We've got to go.
Train, please move! We need to leave, now!
The sentinel who passed his save will power through this and seemingly being a little bit more forthright than the others and having a bit of a radiance to its complexion. Does a lot of some last minute things as it seemingly makes the job complete. And with that, there is a shuddering of the train as it slowly sputters to life and begins slowly chugging along as this train is moving off the station. It's only at an absolute crawl. It takes a good while for this thing to start up. It's only moving a couple of feet every few seconds. The Warforged remain where they are as you slowly move off.
You said this is a slow feeding... The coal slowly feeds into the furnace, correct?
Oh, it's spinning up now.
Can I try and use Firebolt to try and stoke the flames harder to get the coal burning?
Sure, just make an attack roll. And roll damage, of course.
I suppose. Oh shit! I
Nice.
need it.
It's 11 fire.
It does seemingly help as the train comes into a faster pace as your firebolt marginally helps this very heavy locomotive and motion you would find yourselves in.
I think Erethal's hand would just instinctually go to his neck from where he was attacked by the angel.
You all felt that, right?
Yes,
She's haunting us.
she's here.
Good. Means we won't have to go looking for her later, I guess.
They'll need to find a tool that can actually hurt her. It's... I don't know what the fuck it should be called.
Well, traitor for starters.
We know her name. We call her by her name. A coda. If we put fear to the
Seems-
name, it only increases fear of the thing itself.
It seems she was able to intuit our position, much the same way we were able to scry hers. Kind of troubling.
B-Man.
Yes.
Could I make any kind of check to look for a, kind of like a scrying eye?
Now, scrying eyes generally are not visible without the
No, okay.
assistance of, additional
Would
like
blind
true
sight?
seeing.
Oh, true seeing. Yeah.
Blind sight, no.
No, okay.
So if you have something of that nature, then sure.
Anyone have something that gives them true sight? I have a feeling that scrying may have been used on us.
True sight is his high level of magic. It's beyond my capabilities right now.
Damn.
The most I can do is get some glasses or something.
I have
My
one
eyes are
eye.
not
What
that
the fuck
good.
are y'all looking at me for?
The only thing we can do is keep moving. The more distance we put between ourselves and her, the better.
Well, it looks like we got a little time on our hands.
If we can,
N-
let's
Nadira,
try and-
how exactly did you find the book? If memory serves, we burned it.
Burned it to ash.
Yeah.
Better for a phoenix to rise out of. Book found me, I couldn't tell you, in all honesty. I was I was smashing up this giant block of coal that's getting us where we need to go. And it was almost like flashbacks to the day of the attack. Could hear screams and see blood, and just sort of everything came back, and I've followed it, and lo and behold, it found me.
You say you saw blood, the remnants of... What, the remnants of what?
People being shredded.
Oh, right.
The attack on the
The
college.
attack on the school.
Yeah. And it seems the book is attempting to prey upon your mind's weak points. If you're going to pursue this line of power, I highly suggest protecting yourself against mental assault.
My plan.
Fair enough.
I'm not going into this with naivety.
That's good to hear, I suppose.
Do not let the past dictate your actions in the future.
It's too late for that.
I am living proof of that.
Okay, no arguing on the train, and I will have Tin Petty turn this shit right around, I swear to God.
Dagny goes to the farthest corner of this train. It sits in the corner and just kind of wraps the cloak around herself.
You keep to yourself as the fiery glow of the train provides some actual warmth too, a contrast to the more cool, glowing colors on the outside, the greens, blues, and purples from this underground section of Helios you seem to be traveling along.
I'm kind of jealous that your fancy book came back.
It's about the only thing of mine I've ever had come back.
Cobweb looks out at the architecture of the tunnel, sort of amazed that people made this, basically.
You look around, and what's your passive perception?
Let's see. Can't be great. It's 15. Not bad.
Oh, okay. You can see that there is almost a shell that is protecting the railroad itself that is man-made with these beams, pillars, and something of a tunnel. But just beyond it, you can see vibrant, glowing heliostone as there's all manners of auric power resonating within it, as if you were within the veins of a giant organism. It looks like the vein channel that this railroad is following is using the architecture of Helios itself to its guidance.
Hot damn. Wait, are you guys seeing this? This is amazing.
We
That's
certainly
really
big.
breathtaking.
Superorganism.
we could have used technology like this on the surface.
Would have made getting back and forth pretty handy.
They must have had a lot of time to do all this, and it seems like they haven't been underground for very long either. At least comparatively speaking.
Which begs the question, what is under here that stopped them from using it?
I guess
Yes.
we're about to find out.
The age-old question as we hurl probably towards it.
Well, here's hoping it was just strikes. I really hope it was just strikes.
Well,
I don't know. My money is on bottomless pit.
Well,
Wonder how that
If-
would work. Would we go to like inner Helios?
You mean under
super
Undershire?
well,
but in all honesty, if even in a hurry, if they left and left all their Warforged here, why wouldn't they come back for them? So it must not have been that bad. It could have just been some extenuating order, like King's Decree type thing, to just shut down all of it.
General neglect, maybe. I mean,
That too,
they
yeah.
did say that the Warforged were a failed experiment.
indicating
Yeah,
sentience
just
in its presence of the core probably caused that.
Too bad.
Remember,
Too
careful
fucking
with what you
bad.
say.
What?
Oh right,
Nah,
I forgot that
nah,
the walls
train's
literally
cool
have
as he
ears.
taps it.
There's no discernible reaction. It seems hard at work.
That's
It's
not
just expertly rubbernecking us.
It's not just the train. I still have a feeling we might be either being spied upon or something. She found us easily.
Well, she managed to get here mainly because of me, which I didn't mean to do inadvertently.
Well, given that we're probably hurtling towards a heavily, like a population center, we know that she's on our tail. We best be quick.
Remember, the main goal is to get to Fulcrum and get the cartographer core fixed.
Oh, you're right, but if we could spare a few thousand lives, that... Even the lives of the enemy. You know, the more time we spend down here, the more I realize a lot of the people hardly know anything about High Shire.
Ignorance is
They're
bliss.
ignorant.
Well, it might not even be
Suppose.
ignorance. It could just be they've been down here long enough and generations have passed where it's just become lost knowledge.
Well, the
Enough
Aurorian
distance
Kingdoms
be-
are aware of it. Remember, they called us lab rats.
Well, you're right, but the surface might as well be another planet to them.
Granted, too, we were on, like, the boonies, so who knows what kind of information they get compared to the city.
You're right, put enough distance between a couple people, and who knows what they'll believe.
Which is why I say ignorance is bliss. The people outside of the kingdoms wouldn't know anything about anything if they didn't look for it.
I suppose.
And it seems like those that do know something are subsequently imprisoned for their information.
Well, all we really gotta do is... Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Ha, train.
Ironic.
Nevertheless, Erythor, we're gonna have to try and disguise you somehow. The symbol is definitely gonna draw some attention. You should probably also cover the scar over your eye as well.
Well, I don't think the scar really matters that much as, you know, the big holy symbol as he gestures to just the chest plate.
That's what I'm talking about, Jax.
You mentioned the scar too, that doesn't really matter compared to that.
A soldier saw our faces. You forgot that, right?
Yeah, it was your fault, but I'm pretty good at disguising stuff and everything, so I can probably help with
She
that armor.
goes stone face, just deadpan, looking at you.
There's another route we could take with this.
What'd you have in
I
mind,
mean-
Goblin?
We have a source of heat. I have the proper tools.
This is
How about I...
enchanted, though.
No, I mean... What if I inscribed your holy system, your holy symbol, holy shit, stroke. What if I inscribed your holy symbol directly onto you somewhere, inconspicuous?
Are you gonna give him some sort of, like, prison tattoo symbol? Awesome.
Yeah, he sort of pulls up the self-adjusting, sleeve of his armor and reveals the fucking welts on his arms from basically inscribing runes onto himself. I mean, it's not pretty, but serves a purpose.
We could, but it wouldn't.
It doesn't have to be big, maybe on the palm of your hand.
I'm just confused by what you mean. Oh, do you mean to put my holy symbol?
No, I
don't think-
mean to inscribe the symbol of your deity onto your body, removing your need for one.
I don't. That's how that works.
Are you sure? 'Cause dude, you're like literally the Pope right now.
I also have extra armor.
I think it would fucking work. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That is actually a question I have for B-Man then. Would that work?
An inscription of your holy symbol on your body?
Yes.
Well,
Would I be
as
able
far,
to, like, channel it?
as far as I'm concerned, the holy symbol is a accurate depiction of your patron, your god. So, I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't fit.
Cowboy pulls out the tattoo tools. Where do you want it? I can do tramp stamps. I got. I'm pretty good with tribal stuff. Can't
about,
do any
like-
of this new age shit. Don't ask me to do any new age shit. I swear to God, I'll punch you in the face.
How about we get some, like, Our Lady Peace prison style tattoo on this motherfucker?
I suppose
Some real
holy
god shit.
symbol wouldn't hurt.
Oh no, it's gonna fucking hurt.
Oh, I meant that more metaphorically.
Right on.
Screw it. Why not the hand?
The hand seems to
Alrighty,
be
hold
less
out your
option.
palm.
I mean, I'm always wearing gloves.
And that's true. And
Pull
then
out your palm. I got you, brother.
I got
Alright,
some
here we
extra
go.
armor you can wear.
Nice.
Okay. So, Cobweb is going to, basically pull out a piece of long, thin, wiry metal. He's going to use the holy symbol on the armor to trace as sort of a template. Fold the wire into the proper shape, and use the heat from the engine to fire it up red hot.
Oh, you're gonna brand me.
You're gonna brand
I
him.
for sure.
Hell
What the
yeah.
fuck did you guys think was gonna happen?
Oh, that's
Oh.
going metal.
Oh, hell yeah.
The brand has to be made in blood, or else there's no power. We'd just be burning you for no reason.
Yeah,
Alright.
yep. Bite
come
into
here.
this.
Okay, I'd like to press the glowing bit into the palm of his hand, steadying it by like grabbing his pinky or some shit.
It takes you a little while to get the intricacies of this symbol correct, and Erithal would lend a hand in getting it accurate, seeing as he is of a lifelong clerical persuasion. He's done some things like this before. But before long, you do have a fitting branding for which you stick it into the furnace, which is almost a stifling heat up close. It's going full speed ahead now, and the red hot branding would stay right before Erithal's hand. And Erithal, as this metal makes contact with your skin, make a con save.
Oh boy.
Oh
hell
my
yeah.
god! Holy shit! Stone-faced Steve Austin.
You fucking crit. Wow. Understanding that this is the pain of devotion, you steel yourself and you allow the singeing of your flesh to take effect. There is quite a searing pain that you feel. However, and you would feel this while everyone else would see this, Erithal's chest begins to glow a radiant gold, and it traces down his arm to the affected hand and seemingly numbs the pain while deepening the impression of this holy symbol. You don't take any of the fire damage I was going to roll because you crit. So, undamaged, although there is an aching, throbbing pain in your hand after this passes, the holy symbol has been successfully branded into you, and you feel a resonation with it and your clerical powers.
Cobweb pulls back the brand and he's like, "Oh, not even a peep. Oh, you're made of sterner stuff than I thought.
Seems the latent
I cried
power
like a bitch my first time.
It
I'm not
seems
even
the
gonna lie.
latent power within helped it along.
Alrighty, so what next shape you want on you?
Oh shit. Damn, we getting tatted? Alright.
It's just, this is like teenage farmer stuff, just branding with the boys.
B-Man, and just like for flavor of Erithal testing it out, he is going to essentially cast the light cantrip. For flavor, can the holy symbol that has been branded into him light up just a little bit? Not enough that it would puncture the like gloves, but a subtle glow.
There is a subtle glow that comes from beneath your glove, and you can kind of feel a trail between your chest and your hand when you do this a little bit. Yeah, easily done.
There is power
Alrighty.
in blood, power in sacrifice. All the more in a divine figure.
Alrighty.
You guys ever think about that? The fact
Power
that
of symbolism? Yeah.
we've basically become saints.
In whose eyes?
That's a good question, actually.
It seems perhaps we were chosen by the planet itself.
It certainly doesn't feel that way.
No, it feels like we reached out and grabbed it. And the power was just sitting there waiting. I
Ever
wonder.
since I was kid, always had the latent ability to channel this divinity. Prodigy, they called me.
Nerd.
Maybe I was chosen.
Maybe.
I don't believe in all that fake BS.
Just be careful when you start hearing voices.
Huh?
Well.
You guys hear them too? No, I'm kidding.
What you mean by that?
Well, now about your armor. I've got some extra. If you wanna, you just use that.
I mean,
That way, you're not walking around with the big symbol on your chest.
Actually, I have a better idea. I would like to reach into the bag of holding and pull out the illusion iris.
Okay.
And, said it can be used as a magic focus. Cobweb, do you know minor illusion at all?
No.
I do.
Oh, shit.
That is the only quality of life cantrip that I do not possess.
Okay,
I know it.
alright.
Hell yeah.
Okay, first off, I want to see if is there a way that I could try and attach the illusion iris onto the symbol on Arethal's armor?
Like, just attach it to his armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of material, like some fittings of metal, if you want to like actually secure this. Does anyone have smithing tools?
I don't have them, but I am proficient.
Okay.
Nope.
I was
Or
gonna
tinker's tools, perhaps.
We have Tinker's tool.
Yes, we found
Yeah,
two
we
sets
found
of
a
Tinker's
bunch.
tools. Yeah. We found two sets of them,
Well,
so
like,
I'll pull that out.
do think this idea could work. What if we...
Is anybody proficient?
I'm not, unfortunately.
You can still
Yeah.
take a stab at using them.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
Dagny is best suited for this.
All right. So, if you're intending to have the illusion iris mounted towards Arethal's chest, then make a Tinker's Tools check.
Well, I don't have any proficiency in Tinker's tools.
It's just straight intelligence then.
Yeah, it's just
Alright.
just a straight roll.
Alright. So 13.
This is not very secure, as long as Arethal's not moving around too much, but as long as he's, keeping a nice steady pace and not doing any somersaults, it should stay.
Looks good to me. No, I'm kidding.
I have maybe an idea that could work. Beeman, I know that you can't benefit from essentially wearing two sets of armor, but could I take parts of the armor set that Jack Slow is offering me and essentially kind of like put it over so it conceals while strapping it?
What kind of armor were you offering him, Jaxthel?
Scale mail.
So
It's-
you can take just like some like. Let me see, scale mail. That's mostly.
The armor consists of a coat and leggings, and perhaps a separate skirt of leather covered with overlapping pieces of metal. So it's just like a big overcoat that you'd throw on.
So there's a like a leather base that's below that would stand between
Yeah.
the metal. Yeah, I mean you can take a piece of a longer like chest center piece of that leather and ply it to the front of your breastplate, Arethal. And
Yeah,
that
just to conceal it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going to take a little while as well. Let me see. I would say this would, because you have to create the fittings and all this. You could just take some belts and whatnot and just hastily tie it to it. It's gonna look super weird, but at least function. But to get this to actually become part of the armor, you're gonna need some smithing tools.
Yeah, we can do that at a different time. Right now is the main focus of concealing it for now.
Also, old
Yeah.
boy has the cloak. of passing glances, so we should be
I
fine
think
on the
that's
weird looking.
on Dagny right now.
I'm the only one who has the cloak of
Oh.
passing glances, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's me and Cobweb.
I'll let.
I
I'll let
have an
old
extra
boy
blanket
borrow
we
it.
could just cut a hole in and just put it over him like a
A
like a
poncho.
poncho.
I think that's overkill. I think we've done
I mean,
quite a bit.
it'll cover it for the time being, which is really all we need.
Fair.
All right.
Which
so
I'll reiterate: the cloak of passing glances does keep you safe from passive checks. So if you're passing in a crowd, if you step into a checkpoint and you have people specifically looking at you stepping up to the plate, that's not going to save you. But
Fair
it does help you passing through a public area.
right now, I think what we have will work because it's leather on armor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's concealing it. As long
Yeah.
as no one's like pulling it back to be like, "What's under here then?"
Your jury rig is a bit odd, but it functions.
Worst case scenario, if we want to get sacrilegious, we could just scrape it off. Or not. We could not do that as well. My
I
bad.
do have a disguise kit.
It's mainly for
No.
disguising faces, though.
Yeah,
we'll,
but it's
we'll
like
save that for the
shit.
future.
Mhm.
We'll save that for the future.
We've got something that works. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather.
I'm
I get the wanting to conceal the symbol, but it's still a symbol of home. At least for me.
DM, are there windows on this train? Is there like a front viewing window?
Yes, there's windows in each direction. They're very tall and narrow, but they do let you peek out.
Okay. I'm gonna look through the front window.
Okay, roll perception.
Dirty 20.
Aura seems to be passing through the veins of Helios as though blood, and resonates strongly. You can see that there's signs of life, as though various points along this particular channel were inhabited at some point or another. Perhaps little campouts or service points for the train, you think. Though you pass by one where there's a soft glow from an active fire, and you see that there is one visible figure at a glance that is watching your train pass by.
Oh no!
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I wonder if we're passing close by that castle.
It might be.
Yeah, as the guy's mean mugging Daxter.
He's standing there, menacingly.
I'm just gonna keep looking through the front window for any signs of trouble up ahead.
No immediate hazards, but you do keep an eye out for the first signs of trouble. Everyone else is to their own devices.
Well, at the cost of jinxing stuff, I'm probably like the oldest one here. I've almost died a couple times. I'm gonna take off that finger bone necklace and hand it to Cobweb. Here. If I die, I got a friend, very good informant. You need anything, they'll get the information broker. Name's Peck, another goblin. If I die, give this to him. He'll know.
Under the table informant.
Yes, sir.
Stranger to such things, but why give it to me now?
Oh well, I've almost died 3 times in the span of it's been like a week or 2 since I've known them.
If even that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been about a week. I've nearly died 3 times.
Cobweb pushes the
safety
necklace
net.
back into his hands, curls his fingers over it, and says,
You can introduce me to him yourself.
Plus, I don't think leaving it in Cobweb's hands would be the best bet, seeing as he's the only one of us that actually died.
It was just that one time. Guy
You
dies
only died
once.
a little bit.
I only died a little. I just wanted to see what it was like.
Uh-huh, sure. Tell that to the vampire that rose from the coffin.
I can't, because he's in the
What?
dirt. Oh, got him. Anyway.
Okay, he puts it back on. Guess I won't give out my other thing then.
What other thing?
Kind of personal, a little bit, for someone I care about.
Well, I appreciate the thought, big guy.
Yeah, no problem.
And don't sweat it too much. I'll make sure to get you back to whoever you're pining for. It's a girl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ah.
I would
he
laugh so hard if
likes
you said no,
someone.
it's Tyrone.
That's gross, dude. Girls have cooties.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
Nah, she's great.
Oh my god, that fucking freaks.
I'm guessing your cat took a shit in the box?
"Oh
Jesus
no!"
fucking Christ. God fucking damn it.
Do you need a minute?
That's really bad.
Do your
No,
thing,
I'm gonna
bud.
soldier through it. God damn it, I hate this shit. Why does it fucking reek so goddamn bad?
Well,
Fuck.
don't sit in the miasma, bro. We can take a.
Dude, it's across
second.
the room. There's nothing I can do about it. This half his apartment's one big goddamn room. There's nowhere to go.
Fair enough.
And the window's open too. Fuck. God damn it.
Well,
The smell of sulfur permeates the fucking furnace room that you're in, as everyone is to their own devices exchanging words. Oh God. Is there any other sentiments anyone wish to ask about? Oh my God.
oh,
No, I'm good.
Oh Christ. The rail train continues its course, and besides the occasional bump on the rail, piece of debris or something you imagine that would naturally degrade the rails over time from such neglect, you otherwise stay on course for several long hours, having conversation finally die down, and everyone has time to themselves, as the weight of their coming motions in this internal world are being progressively realized, as they're heading towards a civilization they know little about, other than it is not friendly to Highshire from whence you all came from. And in this time of respite, the power in your chest provides an internal, almost spiritual warmth, one to complement the warmth of the furnace, as everyone is able to strengthen themselves up for the road ahead. Everyone gains a level.
yay! Finally!
yo.
Finally!
I have earned my first feat.
Oh man.
Level
How does
11,
one-
boys. Let's go.
Oh, you have to. How do you?
How do we do the
Plutonium.
levels again, B-Man?
Yeah.
Is it the
Yeah.
up arrow?
Okay, so
I'm trying to click the up arrow, but it doesn't do anything.
triple dot on the top,
Uh-huh.
plutonium import, and actually, I may be wrong. Let me see. You should be able to level up your plutonium. Let me see. Oh, maybe I was mistaken. Give me a second. You wouldn't be able to level up because it's probably not factoring in experience.
So click that wrench in the top left corner and just go to the XP bar and fill it up to full, and then the button you can press it to level up.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, that's what
Wait,
I was
what?
leading towards.
Oh, the other wrench. There are 2 wrenches here.
Wait,
Yeah,
wh-
fill
which
your
friend?
XP bar and then it should let you level.
Oh, I feel
Oh, look at
stupid.
that! Level 11. Okay.
Oh hell yeah, max HP.
I'm taking that wrench. damage. I don't take these risks.
Nah, always roll.
God damn it, man! I hate this.
Okay, I'm not seeing any other wrench. What are
Nothing
you talking
exciting
about?
happened.
Like the actual like wrench.
Oh, hello, 6th level spells. How are you?
This does mark the end of the session. Given it was a little bit shorter, so feel free to relax and focus on leveling. I'm
Hero
gonna go air out my
space!
apartment.
Right on.
Stunning.
BTW.
There she
Yet
is.
another banger. This one was cinematic as fuck. I fuck with your DM style heavy because like that opening sequence for Nadira was kind of awesome.
I did not know
Not
where
even
the
gonna
fuck that
lie.
was going. I was like, I'm chopping up coal. What am I
I
supposed
s-
to be doing? But the minute it didn't click until he said the desks, and I was like, desks? But then he said the paper, and I was like, oh, we're about to go all nom on me, aren't we?
Symbolism.
Yeah.
And then
I
it
was-
clicked, and I was like, yo, fuck me.
You're never too
Yeah.
young to have your first Vietnam flashback. Yeah, this is my bread and butter. This is the mood I like to set.
Hell yeah.
The fuck is this spell?
Alright, time to open all my windows. And then it was you stinky fuck.
That's amazing.
I only see one green wrench. What is this other wrench?
Oh,
So,
it's the toggle bar in the top left.
Yeah, it's an edit. It's like an actual wrench and not a gear.
Oh,
Like right above your
there it
name.
is.
see it now?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
This
just
is
fill the
also
XP, and then
amazing.
you can hit
I
the arrow.
have been given
Alright.
access to the heal and harm spell.
Guys, I can create trees that fight.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
hell yeah.
Grove Guardians.
I have create undead.
Wall of Thor. I have transport via plants. So now
Yo.
we can go through plants and teleport. They
I
just have
need
to be on the
to-
same plane, but it doesn't matter how far they are.
I keep forgetting
I need to
Druid
look
is
up
like the
all
quality
these.
of life king.
Oh my
Oh yeah.
god.
They
So many
have
of these
so
are
many like buffs and passives and just
Heroes
hey, that thing's
Feast.
alive.
Somebody don't let
Yeah.
me forget that exists.
Mm.
Oh my god, some of these are amazing. All of these are amazing.
Okay, we do have one 6th level spell slot, boys.
Ooh, I have Word of Recall. You and up to
I do
5
believe
willing
I-
creatures within 5 feet of you. Tell me.
No.
I can't get
Oh,
past
so
this one. This
so
is
now
amazing.
we don't. Are you gonna take that? So now we don't have to just like rack our brains and look through notes. We just know it.
What, Word of Recall?
This is
Yeah.
amazing.
No, that teleports me and 5